Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Trux and Dan Vodka Stand Takeover. This is episode 4.
Sounds about right.
Oh, dink it and sink it.
Coming in proper.
Ooh, I did not bubble my drink.
Oh, yeah. As you stated that was your thing.
You gotta bubble it, or else it's just, whew.
All right, so here's something I didn't get to bring up last time. It's just a quick little, just a thing.
Like a follow-up.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the listeners, the viewers haven't seen or really heard much of Mike, but here's here's an update of Mike and something that happened. And I was so fucking pissed. I don't know if he told you.
What happened?
I was fucking furious at him.
At him?
Yeah, I was so fucking pissed. So, I was gonna wash just my coveralls. And then usually when we do, coveralls, like, hey, you need to throw something in, whatever. So I was gonna do my coveralls and my uniform pants. I don't have too many good uniform pants because you know how we destroy our uniforms.
Yeah.
Like
They're like
we
covered
just,
in oil.
yeah. All right. Yeah. So shit pops up. We start working. We're just like, screw it. I'm already this far into the job, and it's kind of our own fault for not changing into coveralls when we're working. But anyway, I had my coveralls, a pair of pants, and I went in to use the restroom real quick. And he was like, "Oh, hey, can I throw mine too? Whatever, blah blah blah." So yeah, cool, whatever. But while I was in there, he was like, I'll just go do it. I'll just throw them in. I was like, "All right, cool, man, whatever." I just yelled through the door or whatever, because he was gonna wash his too.
Were you taking a grumpy?
No, I just went to take a piss.
Oh, okay.
Like, it was like, it could have just waited 20 seconds and I would have been out to go do it myself. And I would have, you'll see. So he throws some of his shit in, and I put my timer on, okay, whatever. And then it's done. And I go throw our stuff into the dryer. I pick a pair of uniform pants up, and I look, I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, covered in oil. And I was like, oh, these are probably his. And then I pull the other one out. They're even worse. And I was like, no fucking way. I go back to the first pair that I pulled out, and I was like, these are fucking mine. I had a fucking spot of oil on the front of my pants this fucking big. My entire left leg was completely oil
From his stuff?
from his shit. And I threw everything right there. I threw everything down. I went to go fucking look for him, and he was in the room, and I'm like, dude, your fucking oil soaked coveralls destroyed my fucking uniform pants. And just prior to going into to go put them in the wash, I was like, oh man, these are like my last good pair of pants, dude. And I was, he came up too because I was so fucking pissed. Like, I walked in just to tell him, you ruined my pants. And then he immediately like followed me, and he came back up, and I was like, what, dude? They're done. Like, and then he was right there, and the trash can was right there. And I just fucking threw my pants in the trash. I was like, these are fucking done. I was like, well, I could tell he felt bad. He really
He
did.
didn't mean to.
Well, I know, but I mean, and then like when I grabbed everything out of the washer, my hands were completely covered in oil.
How fucked was his stuff?
Exactly. So even the washer itself was completely covered in oil.
Jesus.
And when one of the other guys came to use it, I said, "Don't fucking use that, dude." He was like, "Ha ha ha." He's like, "Oh, your pants were set." I said, "Don't fucking use it." And he threw all his shit in there anyway. And then he touched the inside, and he was like, "Oh shit." And then he got oil all over his shit. I was like, "Dude, what did I just fucking tell you?"
Was he a non-rate?
No, he wasn't. That's the thing.
That's surprising.
So, yeah, I was just so. I don't have. I'm also cheap, and I don't want to buy.
I was gonna say, did someone buy you new pants?
No.
So you still don't have new pants?
Well, I eventually went and have brand new ones.
I was gonna say, you're gonna report to your new unit with just like shitty
I
oil
should have
pants.
just kept those and reported looking like a complete fucking idiot.
Been like, well, you're coming from the star, so it's okay.
So yeah, that was something I needed to just get out there because I didn't bring that up before.
Oh, he didn't mention it. He probably felt really bad though.
Well, that same day, I'd worked. It was a long friggin' day that day, and I just went straight to bed right when they said cool, whatever. I was just already racked out. And then he had come in, and then they went out to go eat or something, and then I fell asleep with my headphones in, so I was also asleep with music playing, so I definitely couldn't hear shit.
Was this in Vallejo?
Yeah, like day fucking one when we got there.
That sucks.
So,
And you'd have to go to like Base Alameda to get any new uniform stuff.
no, that wasn't happening down there. Like, they're probably right now, they're probably lucky enough to just get from point A to point B, like point B meaning work.
Oh yeah.
Let alone anywhere else that's not the target area.
They've changed their food contract like 3 times.
I'm so glad I'm not fucking down there.
It started off with just a Filipino place. Like that's it.
That
Breakfast,
never
lunch,
even
and dinner.
happened.
And then it changed to IHOP for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And now it's changed to like a couple of different other options, like Panera and Chick-fil-A and something.
I don't know. I'm just over it. But that was just something I just wanted to throw out there. You ruined my fucking pants. And
Welcome to the Mike and Dan popcorn stand
There
where
it
Mike
is.
ruins Dan's pants.
there it is. Okay. That's out there. That's gone. All right.
Well, I'm glad you got that off your chest.
It's off. I feel
Do you feel relieved?
I do.
Okay. So, a couple of things that I want to talk about. I'm not really about talking about the coronavirus shit because we're all here to like avoid it. But did you see in the news about the murder hornets? I mentioned this to you earlier and you were like, what the fuck is that?
Murder hornets.
They're called the Asian murder hornets.
No. What is
it's
this?
this new like invasive wasp species essentially. And it's kind of like the African killer bees where it kills our like honeybees, the bees that we like and we need them.
So these other ones are killing other bees?
Yeah, well, except for
Or they're murdering other bees?
oh, they're murdering other bees. Let me show you what this thing looks like. It's huge. It's like 2 inches. And it kills other bees, and then it can also kill humans if, like, it bites you enough times.
Oh.
But I feel like
Where do they come from?
Asia,
How'd they get here?
how anything gets here. Commerce?
A boat.
Yeah, boats, normally. I think someone was like, they flew across the water, and I was like, that's not... Oh my god, look, it's on the news right now, actually.
Oh, wow. That looks scary.
Yeah, they're super creepy. But I just love how
So is that what they're up to? They're called murder
hornets
because they're murdering the other bees?
Yeah, they like
They're not doing anything to people.
well, they'll attack you like any other being.
Oh, yeah.
Like the killer bees, the African killer bees that have been invading here for like years now.
Yeah.
And everyone was all freaked out about those, but like you don't really hear anything about people dying from them. I'm sure people have, but like you don't really hear anything about it. So like the murder hornets, I'm not.
Are they trying to divert our attention now is what's
Yes.
happening? And
Yes.
then giving it such an aggressive name like
That's the point
murder
I'm getting
hornet.
at. So like it started off with the UFO release tape. You saw that, right?
Oh, yeah.
And now it's like, oh, the UFO. Everyone's like, oh, whatever. Fucking, we already knew aliens existed anyways.
Yeah.
And y'all been lying for fucking years.
Yeah, everyone else has just been in denial.
Yeah, exactly. So now they're like, oh, the UFO, it wasn't enough. Release the murder hornets. Now we have murder hornets.
Murder hornets brought here by the UFOs to
Ooh, yeah.
divert our attention away from coronavirus.
And also from Asia. Why is everything from Asia?
Oh, yeah.
lately?
See, so, yeah, they're putting a lot of blame that way.
Well, I think it was originally like from Japan, like technically. Yeah, so I was like, whoa, I can't wait to see that. So then we're both also leaving Seattle.
Yes.
And although you've been here for 3 years, you've technically probably only been here like, what, 4 months?
In total?
Yeah.
In the past 3 years? I'd say just under an actual year total time. I'd say about 10 to 11 months.
So is there anything here that you're going to miss?
Ooh.
Like, what are you gonna miss the most, and what are you so happy to leave behind?
All right, I'll just say it. Leave behind the work that I've been doing as the reason why.
Well, no, not work related. I mean, like, literally just the city of Seattle.
Okay. All right. I'm not gonna say traffic because that's everywhere.
Correct.
And the rain, I actually don't mind. I think there's a very big misconception about Seattle. Is like very rainy.
Okay.
It does rain a lot, but not like I'm from Texas, so when it rains, it's like it fucking downpours, it thunderstorms, and it's absolutely nothing like that here. It's just a long, constant, just drizzle rain type deal. Like it's nothing like what I grew up with.
To be fair, the rainy season is the exact season that you are not here. That's when you're underway.
It's all right, dude. Don't be making technicalities over here. You asked me.
Because no, it is a common misconception that it rains all of the time in Seattle. Because actually, during the summer, it hardly rains. It'll go like months with no rain.
Oh, it's like the summers are amazing up here.
Yeah,
and it gets pretty fucking hot too.
Yeah, I think it like
it's just not a dry, like it's not like a humidity, like disgusting, like back.
Yeah,
you know,
I agree.
You're familiar with the Gulf area, so nothing whatsoever like that.
Yeah, people be like, "Oh, it's so humid today," and I'm like,
"You don't need
what?" It's
if people say really that, if people say that about here, they have no clue what that actually means.
Yeah, I agree. But that was like the common, like I thought it was supposed to rain like year round, and then the first year I got here, I was like, it hasn't rained in like 2 months. And then the winter got here and it rained like 2 months consecutively, just a nonstop drizzle. So the summers here are very, very nice, I would say.
But I would say the terrain, everything, because I go hiking and camping. I do a lot of that stuff by myself, so I'm gonna miss how quickly out of the city you can get, and it's just.
Yeah. I
mean, we can look in almost any direction right now, and there's mountains everywhere.
Oh, for sure. Definitely.
And we're in the city, and you could see them. Oh, as a matter of fact, when I was driving down here, Mount Rainier was nice and clear.
Oh, yeah. I like the days where you can see Mount Rainier. She's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like any way you look, it's either mountains or water and mountains.
And trees.
Yeah. I'm going to miss like the beauty of the Pacific Northwest in general and all of the hiking in the mountains. But other than that, I'm not going to miss Seattle at all. In fact,
I just like how close it is to everything that I like doing.
Yeah, well, I'm not interested in like snowboarding or skiing, so like
I don't do that.
That aspect doesn't like the only thing I'm interested in is hiking. That's really it.
But then even that, because when I go out for like days at a time, it takes a lot of planning. Weather, of course, is a huge one. So I can only really do that.
Oh, that's right. You go on like an actual like week-long backpack into the Cascades or some shit. I can't do that with a kid.
No.
We're all going to die if I did that. Bear's going to eat us.
So that definitely, what I won't, I don't know. I'm like looking around because of, you can just look out the window in any direction.
Oh, I already know what I'm not going to miss.
Tell me. I might jar something.
The people. So like, I live in a very urban environment where I can just walk to about 5 different grocery stores, a bunch of restaurants and bars. There's even like a bunch of cute little boutique shops. And I really like that. Like that's very convenient to just be able to walk to grocery stores. But every time you go to one of those grocery stores, not right now during the epidemic, but like you just get fucking accosted by like all of these weird, God, what are they called?
I don't know.
Like, you know how you like sign a petition? I guess they're like petitions.
Oh.
You like get asked to sign those. A lot of them are like for Planned Parenthood, which I'm fine with. Like I support Planned Parenthood actually, but like I don't want to sit there and like talk to someone about it. I just want to have my views in private. I don't want to fucking sit there and like sign a bunch of shit. And there's like a bunch of anti-Republican things.
Oh yeah, I'd say, you know what, that it is pretty political up here.
It's very political, and I'm not a political person. I don't want to deal with it. I really don't. I don't want to hear your side. I don't want to tell you my side. I don't really even have a side.
Like, it was pretty funny that you bring it up. So, like, that aspect, absolutely. When Nick was still living here, we would, we go into the city, get breakfast, get some coffee, walk around, and it was almost enjoyable to watch the people who are out there basically just bothering you with whatever topic that they felt would probably get them the most likes for that week on their social media type shit. Like, this is what we would call it. It's like, ooh, it's Sunday. Do you want to go brunch and protest? Like,
that's actually pretty accurate.
That's like what it is.
Protest.
Yeah, like, oh, we just got done with brunch. Let's go protest.
Yeah.
And then next week we'll have a new topic to protest about. It's like, that's, absolutely.
Not a fan of that. And then I'm sure homeless is like a huge crisis everywhere. But what bothers me about the homeless here isn't the homeless people themselves. It's the city and how they handle it. Because Seattle taxes the fuck out of us. And they tax the shit out of huge corporations like Amazon. That's why they created the head tax. And that money is supposed to go to the homeless. And it's supposed to help with like rehabilitation and addiction. And yet I look around and I'm like, what the fuck is the money going to? Because I don't see anything happening here. Like, there's no change.
And it's bad.
It's
like,
really bad here.
When you drive down the expressway, highway, whatever, and it's just, there's basically just public landfills everywhere.
Yeah. And there was one section, if you're heading towards Spokane or to like Mercer Island or Bellevue, there's like a section of the highway where it's kind of up on a hill. And the homeless have created their own little campground area. But then, like, they throw shit down the hill. And there was a few times where I've driven through there. And there's, like, shopping carts halfway into the highway because they, like, fell down the hill. Yeah, they,
like, tumble over the wall because it's gained so much speed tumbling down.
Exactly. That's exactly. I'm glad other people have noticed this. So, it's not the homeless per se that bother me. It's, like, the city's...
how their...
management of it.
Yeah. Their input towards this change that they're supposedly making. Yeah,
not a huge fan of like the leadership, I guess, here.
Shit, we're getting political. Let's switch.
It's time. Two truths and a lie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so first, over the weekend, I made Jell-O shots, and I had a few boxes in my pantry for like since I moved in here, because I'm not really a big Jell-O person. And I was like, well, I'll make Jell-O shots, and then I never ended up making them. And so I was like, well, I think I'll make them for the podcast and we'll just
do them
while we're talking. So I was like, well, it's kind of weird to just take Jell-O shots
just
randomly.
Be slamming them.
Yeah. And I used 1 cup of vodka, but I feel like I need to use more for the next batch. But either way, so I was like, well, we'll play 2 truths and a lie.
How many did you have prior to these 8?
Before these 8? There were 19.
19, and you made them yesterday?
I made them on Saturday.
Okay.
Today's Monday. And so I obviously ate the other ones.
Oh.
Well, okay, so I did a test batch, like, of the 18. I was like, well, I have to take some as a test to make sure they're really strong. And so I took, like, 4 back to back to back real fast. And then an hour and a half goes by, and I was like, I feel literally nothing.
Nothing.
So these aren't very strong, apparently. But they taste strong. Like, when you take it, you'll literally feel the burn. Not the Bernie Sanders burn, but the alcohol burn.
Huh.
But you won't actually feel anything.
I'm scared.
They taste good. They taste fine.
All right.
But so we're going to play 2 truths and a lie. And if you've never played it, and we're only going to do it one time. Just take as many vodka shots as you want.
All right. Because she had asked, you'd mentioned it earlier. I tried, and I can't think of anything. And it's your thing, so therefore we're going to, because I have something to throw back at you also.
Okay.
That I haven't brought up yet.
So I'm going to tell you 2 truths and 1 lie, and you have to guess which one is the lie.
Okay. Now,
if you get the answer wrong, you have to take the shot.
Okay, all right.
And if you get the answer right, I have to take the shot.
I could possibly get it wrong twice.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I think you're only supposed to do it once. I'm not really sure.
Well, we've got 4 of them in front of us, so I might as well just keep going until I get it correct.
Well, I already drank one. Ate one. You drink it or eat it?
You eat
You
it.
slurp it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, and you just have to guess, okay? So number 1, I almost got arrested for streaking. Number 2, I have a tattoo under my left boob of my ex's name. And number 3, I once did chest compressions on a dead guy.
Wow. Oh, all right. Aside from the game, the dude's already dead.
Yes.
All right. Well, all right.
So which one is the lie?
The boob.
The left boob? Damn it, how'd you know?
I don't know.
You're right. Damn. I do not have a tattoo of any person's name on my body because that's fucking weird.
Well, that's kind of why I went there. I was like, I don't think you'd put somebody's name. I tried to be quiet so you could hear how nasty that possibly would have sounded.
Well, I tried to go away from the mic for it. It's way too early for that. I don't know.
Yeah. The purge is happening in about 45 minutes.
Damn. So, yeah. Actually, my parents always told me growing up that as soon as you get someone's name tattooed, like a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever,
It's a curse.
it's a curse. You're doomed. You're going to break up. Like, don't ever get someone's name tattooed on you if you want the relationship to last.
Really?
Yeah. My parents are such smart people. Like, I have to listen to them. I'm serious. Every time I haven't listened to their advice, I've wholeheartedly regretted it.
Well, I'm just going to join you in that anyway.
What's your 2 truths and a lie?
I don't know.
Or are you about to ask me about why I have my truth? Is that what you were supposed to come back at me with?
Well, no. I had like a completely different topic, but if... so what were the other ones?
I almost got arrested for streaking.
Oh, yeah. All right, so how do you almost? Did you just keep running? Were you going to get naked or were you already naked, but you were just so fast and you just got away clean?
So I was at a house party when I was stationed in Texas. Oh, I probably shouldn't even say that I was living in Texas. And
It don't matter now.
I was living in Texas. I was at a house party. And this guy there, the guy whose house we were at, and like he was married and everything, and his wife was super cool. I think they were engaged at the time, actually. She was super cool, and like she was cool with this. So before I say this, like it wasn't anything weird. But he dared me to go streaking from his apartment to the pool, and it was supposed to be a race. Like we were both gonna
Somebody
strip.
else was...
Yeah, me and him were both gonna strip, and everyone was there. Everyone was watching this. We were both gonna strip, and we were gonna race to the pool and back to his apartment. So we're standing outside his door in like his front lawn area, and we're taking our clothes off. And my top's already off, like my shirt, but I had like a sports bra, and then I was on the ground taking my shoes and pants off because I was hammered. And a fucking cop rolls up, and he goes whoop whoop, like, you know, does a little whoop whoop.
Yeah.
Flashes lights, and he gets out of his car. He goes, "What are you guys doing?" And we were like,
going swimming.
That's literally what we said. We said, "Oh, we're going swimming." And he goes, he like does like a down and up. He's like, "It's closed this late at night, and you guys..."
How does he know? Does he live there?
I don't know. Fuck if I know.
Was it a real cop or a rent-a-cop?
No, it was a real cop. It was not like a security guard or anything.
Oh.
And I think it was pretty late. It was like 1 a.m.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah. It's
Yeah.
closed. It's closed.
It's definitely closed. And thank God he didn't card us or anything like that.
Oh, because you were underage too at the time?
Maybe someone over that party was underage.
Somebody that was possibly about to streak was not of drinking age.
So I'm like shitting bricks. I'm more scared about like getting carded than fucking getting caught streaking.
Then public indecency, is that what it's called?
Yeah, it is. So he was pretty cool though. He was just like, "Put your clothes back on, go back inside. I don't want to hear anything from this apartment." And then that was like it. And so we of course all go in. We're all fucking freaking out and taking shots, and it's just crazy. And then the other one was we were on a case, and I had already been there for a while, like a year, at the small boat station. And there was this new kid
He died?
No.
Oh.
This new kid was on the case with us. Bless his little heart. Like, I don't even think he was qualified yet. And we get this case about a cardiac arrest, like a heart attack victim, on a jetty in Port Aransas. And so we go out there and we have to figure out how to get, like, on land. Because there's nowhere, like, to just... You just have to jump from the boat to land, like, whatever.
Yeah,
it's a jetty. It's a bunch of rocks. Yeah. So we figured that out. We jump off and we go. And it was this old man and his adult son. So his son was like 30. But they were out there fishing. The older man had a heart attack. And when we get there, like, obviously, I'm sure you know that we can't declare someone as dead. So you have to do chest compressions.
Oh, yeah.
Even if they are very obviously dead. Like, he was dead. And I saw him and assumed that he was definitely dead because he was very... And I mean no disrespect to the family. I'm sure they'll never hear this, but, like, for anyone listening, I don't mean any disrespect.
I'm pretty sure more people besides that guy have died on that jetty than... So.
I'm sure. But, like, I don't mean any disrespect by, like, anything I'm saying. And I don't
so
mean
what's about to come is probably disrespectful.
Well, no, it was just, like... Because we were just talking about it. I don't even know the guy's name. So we had to put him on a gurney. And, like, this motherfucker was, like, half a mile from the easiest spot for the boat to pull up to the jetty. And it's, like, rocks and sand, right? So we had to bring a gurney with us, and it's 4 of us. And so we get to the guy. We put him on the gurney. We put I don't even know what the fuck it is, the mask with the pump into his mouth. Yeah. So that way we don't have to actually do mouth-to-mouth, you know what I'm saying?
Ew, old guy. Ew.
Ew, a dead guy. But we did have to do chest compressions. And, like, the guy was purple. Like, he was blue. Like, he was dead.
Oh.
And his chest was all blue and purple, and you could hear the bones grinding when you were doing the chest compression.
Well, that means you're doing it proper, right? Because, like, if you do it correct, you might, like, break a rib.
Oh, they were...
You broke all his ribs?
They were definitely broken. And it wasn't just me. It was me and 2 other people. And one of them was, like, really brand new. And we were...
the brand new guy.
Yeah.
Here, kid.
So we were taking turns, like, because we would, you know, we were also having to carry the gurney and, like, traverse this fucking terrain. And so we finally get to the boat and, like, get him on to the vessel. And, like, we're still having to do chest compressions until we get to the pier and the paramedics are there. So we do that, and it's probably been, like, an hour. And so, yeah.
He's not coming back.
No. So the paramedics come and get him. And, you know, he's gone. Like, our hands are clean. We're done. Our case is over. We go back to the boathouse. We wash the boat. And then we have, like, a debrief. Because they're...
Oh, yeah.
They're like, if you need to see a counselor, you can. You can take a few days off. And, like, they didn't actually say anything about his condition, the man. But for some reason, and this is going to stick with me for literally the rest of my life. I can't remember if it was the same day, like the same part of the debrief, or it was like the next duty day. But one of the BM2s, who was not on the case, but he was like the OD or something, he was like, he pulled us in. He was like, I just want you guys to know that guy lived.
He lived?
No, he fucking did not live.
He was fucking with y'all?
He said that because he thought it would make us feel better. Because I was a non-read. Like, we were all non-reads. And I think he said it because he didn't want us to, like, be traumatized. Because it was, like, our first dead body experience. And
he fucking lied to you.
Well, I fucking knew. I was like, that guy was not alive. Like, there's literally no way. He didn't breathe
for over an hour.
I was like, there's no way in hell that guy lived. And so, like, years later, I'd let him just say that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. Because the younger guy, he was real young, like 17, was in the room, and he was on the case. And I think it really fucked with him for a little bit. And so I think he said it mostly for his benefit.
Yeah.
And so years later, I IM'd him. And I was like, you know that time that we had that case with the cardiac arrest guy, and you tried to say that he lived? He was like, oh, yeah, that guy did not live. He was dead. I was like, oh, I know he was dead.
I know. I just wanted to hear your dirty mouth say it.
I just wanted to hear the truth from you, motherfucker. So, that story seriously will stick with me, though, forever. And
Hey, good job, guys. You
It's-
did it.
it's stories like that, though, that make me wish I had gone a different rate. Because I would love to just experience more dead bodies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's a
man.
good time. That's my 3 truths and a lie.
So there it is. Compressions. Chest compressions on a dead guy.
Yeah, highly don't recommend. It's gross.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. Well, we can drift to a lighter note now. So I had asked a couple of friends to, on for some feedback, something funny, question type. Well, what's something? And this is a game type of deal that I would do with people.
I love games.
All right, so this one's kind of cool. Like, since I've done it, I know my thing. So here it is. So you have 1 week to spend $1 million, but you cannot own anything. With that $1 million, you will have nothing to show for. You will have nothing
Oh,
that
that's
you
super
can.
easy.
What's your? I could spend it very easily.
Every time you give me a game, I'm like, I immediately know my answer. I'm like, oh, this is easy. I would travel.
Yeah.
Because you don't own anything.
No,
but
no,
you
no,
get
that's-
to experience everything. And $1 million, you could do some great ass experiences.
That's what I'm saying. So what I would do, I would rent my own private, like the biggest plane possible.
Oh, I wouldn't even do that. I would just fly like bougie first class.
Well, like I'd get the biggest plane because I'd bring as many people with me as possible.
Oh, that's selfless. I'm selfish. I
You would
don't
go by yourself?
Well, no, I would go with like Michael and maybe 2 other people, like Chappie and my friend Gabby. That's really it.
Oh,
Ooh, and I'd also probably have a bomb ass wedding. Because that's also not something I could keep, but it's something I need. It's a bomb ass wedding.
where?
If I had $1 million, where would I get married?
And remember, so now you remember you have a week. So to get there, to plan it, to do it all, get the people there, and also didn't finish the thing. So if you cannot spend all of that, every cent has been tallied. You have to pay it all back if you cannot get to that in just 1 week.
What? Well, I mean, food and stuff counts too, because it's not something you
Yeah,
own.
like you can't just be like,
I feel
I'll
like
buy $1 million house. No, not possible.
I feel
You
like
can't do it.
spending $1 million in a week would actually be pretty fucking easy if you go to the most expensive resort, literally have the most expensive fucking wedding, the most expensive reception, literally all the food in the world.
Yeah, see,
And
so
then
that's
any food
what
left over, donate to the whatever.
Well, you can't give anything away either.
So you can't build like
You can't
wells
keep
or
it,
homeless
and no,
shelters
you
in
can't keep
Africa?
it. You can't nothing. I think there's a movie, the Brewster's Billions or something like that. Like you give him so much money, but like it's, and I said it on a pretty easy 1 week, 1 million. I think in the movie, it's been a long time. It's
Oh, so there's a movie with this exact same situation?
I've never actually seen it
Oh, you've just heard of it?
because I brought it up and then like this whole game whatever, and then my friends that I've told to was like, oh yeah, that's like that movie. I was like, oh, I didn't know there was, but yeah, I think it's called Brewster's Billions or Brewster's Millions or something like that.
Yeah, if it's $1 billion, I'm not spending that in a week. That's ridiculous. But $1 million, I'll definitely spend.
All right, $1 billion.
No, I can't do $1 billion. That's too much money.
I'd rent a plane for every person I know, their own private one, and we all just follow each other.
Even that's probably only like $10,000 each.
And then rent an entire hotel, an entire resort.
Ooh, that's probably $1 million. $1 million. You got to get to $1 billion.
And yachts, an entire cruise ship.
I just don't think you can spend $1 billion in a week.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, that's why I went $1 million 1 week.
I mean, like, I would,
Can't keep anything.
honest to God, be like blown away but impressed in a negative way if someone was able to spend $1 billion in a week and not own anything.
Yeah,
'Cause
you're
that'd
gonna
be easy if you could own
after
it.
that week's done, you're right back to your life.
Yeah, I don't know.
You have nothing but memories and photos or whatever to show for.
Can
Like
you,
not even. So here'd be
so
the
you
hardest
can't
part.
even pay off,
Here'd be the
debt or
hardest.
anything?
No, absolutely not. You're back to your debt crushing debt filled life.
Yeah, I would definitely just a bunch of travel, a bunch of planes, a bunch of really expensive food and resorts, a bunch of spa stuff. Like,
See, that's the thing too, though. You got to think that's a lot of that shit is very time consuming.
and a lot of very large tips.
So therefore, well, you're giving it away now.
Well, you have to tip people,
No, that you're giving it away. That's not. That's
but you
not
have
a
to
thing.
tip. Like, that's a thing.
Well, then it's got to be out of your own pocket. It can't be part of that money.
Oh, that's fucked. I guess I gotta go to Australia where tipping's not a thing.
There you go. But then you got to think too. How many days are you wasting in travel to get there? See where a lot of these factors start coming into play.
Ooh, yeah, but like, what if you go somewhere where they're a day behind or a day ahead, and then when you come back, you're a day behind, so you're still on the week?
You have 7 days.
7 days.
Yes.
I don't know. I've already said what I would spend it on.
Well, there it is.
Would
There
it
it is.
equate to $1 million? I don't fucking know. But if it didn't, I would just keep buying shit, like booking things and.
Cool. Same. I'm on the. I would take as many people with me as possible. But then again, like I said, you can't. I wouldn't. I'd want to go somewhere like cool, but then you gotta have to factor in the days.
What if you have?
Because depending on if you try to go to the other side of the world, that's pretty much 2 days, a day and a half in travel alone. You've already wasted 2 full days.
Well, I could get pretty drunk on a long ass flight like that,
Well, there you go. Everybody's drinking.
and I wouldn't buy it just for me. I'd buy it for everybody.
Oh no, I buy like, I don't know. How do they sell Cristal in pallets? Can you buy a pallet?
Yeah, right.
Let me get a pallet of Cristal.
But like, I don't know. I feel does food count?
What you're consuming at the moment, yes.
Okay.
But you, like you said, oh, just give it away. No, you know,
Like, you couldn't buy food for the homeless.
no. Seattle, you are not gonna feed Seattle.
They don't want food anyways. They just want money for drugs.
Yeah, that's fucked up. My buddy one time, his dad has this little like subcontracting business. Dude on the side of the road, pulls up. He's like, hey, I'll give you. Just needed to hang drywall. He's like, I'll give you $100 for the day. Just give me a solid day's worth of work, just helping me hang drywall. The guy flat out said, nah, I'd rather just stand here and I'll make about that much just standing here begging for money. I won't even come help you. Rolled his window up, was like, fuck you.
I give
Like, that's the shit that they fucking...
Yeah, I've given homeless people food before. Like, this has happened on numerous occasions where I'll either ask them, hey, if I go get you some, like a burger from McDonald's,
Yeah.
would that help? And they're like, no, I want money.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I'll get you food or water. I won't give you money. Like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm good. Well, then you can fuck right off.
yeah. Well, okay, then go fuck yourself. You
Yeah.
obviously don't need
No.
money for food. Anything helps. That's what everyone...
Yeah, right?
I'm like, oh, okay. So the sandwich I gave you
I
didn't
offered
help.
to feed you for the day.
I had someone throw a sandwich at me, and I didn't even give them the sandwich. Like, they got the sandwich from the homeless shelter. It was at base.
So
Seattle.
it was a bologna slice in 2 pieces of bread.
No, literally. I think that is exactly what it is. It was like bologna, cheese, mustard, and mayonnaise, and that was it.
Bologna's the worst deli
I
meat ever.
love bologna.
Ew.
I don't regularly buy it, but there are moments
I will never buy it.
where I start to crave a bologna and mustard sandwich.
Ew. Well, I mean, it's just a giant hot dog. That's all it is.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's
It
like
does
the
sound like a hot
world's
dog.
biggest hot dog is what that is.
It's a hot dog in sandwich form. That's all it is.
Yeah, and
Like
it's
a
crazy
flattened
because
hot
I
dog.
love hot dogs. Like, I'll get a Seattle dog.
Ugh. That's the one with cream cheese, right?
Yeah,
That's
dude.
fucking gross.
You're crazy.
Chicago dogs are the bomb, but like Seattle cream cheese on a hot dog. What's wrong with y'all? That's nasty. I've tried it, so don't even be like, well, you don't even know. Like I've tried it, and it's not.
You're
good.
just being weird.
It's so bad. Speaking of hot dogs, there's a great place in Milwaukee. Shout out to the Dog House. It is so good. It's on Brady Street.
Brady Street.
It is
For all you Milwaukee people out there, probably
sure
zero,
there's
but
none of
whatever.
you. Well, if you're ever in Milwaukee, go check out the Dog House. It's by this bar called Joe Katz, which used to be like
Another shout out.
Well, I really liked Milwaukee. If you ever have a chance to go to Milwaukee, fucking go. Especially
I feel
during
like
the
it's
summer.
way too cold for me.
Go during the summer. The winters are brutal.
I couldn't do it.
It's literally colder than Antarctica. Like literally, it's like negative 50 during the winter. Like it's so fucking cold with wind chill that they close the base down just because of the cold, not because of the snow. Because you go outside.
Well, I mean, I know plenty of people who've done both, like Alaska, Great Lakes. I know, like Great Lakes is so much fucking colder.
Yeah, it literally is.
So
it's
much fucking
literally
colder.
colder than Antarctica. Like, I couldn't even tell you like how fucking miserable I was during the winter.
I couldn't do it.
But the summers were so nice. Like the summers in Wisconsin are like the summers here. It's just sunny. It's nice. It's like a normal, moderate temperature. It's really nice. It's great. They have a ton of festivals. They got a casino downtown.
Ooh, you got me.
Potawatomi. Oh my God. Speaking of that casino, I worked there for a solid 2 days.
What'd you do? Sell cigars, cigarettes?
Yeah, I was like, you know, the chicks that walk around the floor and they're like, drinks, drinks, drinks.
All right, so here's my question, though. Were the drinks free if you were playing?
No.
Why is that?
That is only in Vegas.
No. Atlantic City?
Atlantic City makes sense. But, like, I'm a gambler. I love gambling.
Yeah, that's why I don't like
Love
going
it.
to the casinos here in Washington.
But,
you gotta
like-
fucking pay for your drinks.
Wisconsin, Washington, Mississippi, you had to pay for your drinks.
That's bullshit.
I thought that was only a Vegas thing, the whole free alcohol while you gamble thing.
Well, I guess the only place I've ever gambled were in Vegas and Atlantic City. Because I live in Jersey. So I was down there every weekend. I don't have a gambling problem.
I was there every day, but I don't have a gambling problem.
It was so much fun. It really was.
No, I believe you. So I used to go to the one in Milwaukee every day, not every weekend.
Well, you worked there.
Well, no, I only worked there for like 2 days.
Oh, okay.
I had to quit.
Did you quit or did you just stop showing up?
I quit.
Oh.
I think it was because, like, so I have worked in a serving alcohol environment before at like at a strip club in Atlanta. And so
Past life, prior.
No, yeah, this was prior to the Coast Guard. I had worked at a strip club as a waitress for like a year. And so like that I think was the environment I was used to. Like I was used to people smoking cigarettes and being like overly whatever. But I got to this place and you know, a few years had gone by. So I was a little older, a little more mature, if you will. Mature. And like the group of girls I was working with were just like trash. Like they were so immature. I was doing all of the work because like I'm a fucking hustler when it comes to like selling drinks. I'll flirt the shit with you. Like I'll don't care. Like I'll flirt with you until the cows come home if it means that I'm getting more money.
Yeah.
So I'll go out and I'm like super personable. I'm getting you motherfucking drinks. This bitch didn't do anything and she was supposed to be training me. And she was younger than me and clearly had less experience than me. And so the end of the night comes and I got like a shit ton of tips. I was like, oh, this is pretty
Was it
good.
that like you have to share your shit or you had your own tips?
No, I had to fucking share it with her.
Oh, well then there you go. That's why those bitches didn't care.
Yeah, and I was like, oh no.
They're like, oh, look at this new bitch. She's over here doing all the work for us.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not down for that. Like, I'm not here to do your work.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going to get my own fucking tips because of the hard work that I'm doing, then I'm about it. I don't care. But if I have to share with you and you literally were sitting there twerking your ass in the back room for 20 minutes, I'm not fucking sharing anything with you. Because I'm an adult.
Well, there you go.
And I literally had my own job. Like, I didn't need that job. I just wanted to do it for fun and for extra money. So I was like, deuces, I'm out. Fuck y'all.
So there you go. If it's a tip sharing environment,
Don't do it.
don't do it.
Especially if you know you're
There's
better
shit
than
bags
the people.
everywhere.
Yeah. Fuck them. The girls are...
All right. Here's another one. Rabbit holes.
Who?
Rabbit holes.
Like the
you
bar
know.
downtown?
No, not the bar.
There's a bar downtown called
There
the
is
Rabbit
there
Hole.
is a bar in downtown, Belltown, Seattle, called the Rabbit Hole.
Belltown's the best.
Very good name, very good area. So if you're in Seattle, Belltown's where it's at, or Cap Hill, whatever. Anyway, we're not giving tips on where to hang out, but
Why not? Fuck it. We're leaving.
we'll save that for the next one.
Okay.
We're gonna tell you where to go in we're gonna give a Seattle review.
We should do that as
on
our
the next
very,
one.
very last podcast here.
All right,
Because when we
we'll-
leave here, there's no more Mike and Dan popcorn stand.
No, there is. We already figured it out. It's gonna continue.
Did you tell Mike that?
Yeah.
And
It's
he
happening.
agreed?
I already figured it out. I'm good. Trust me. Anyway. All right. So a rabbit hole can be anything, any sort of topic, anything. So I want to know what your like internet, Instagram, blah, 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 whatever rabbit holes might be. Like, for example, like if you look at one thing
I know what you mean.
and then you're just like, holy fuck, how has an hour gone by?
Mm-hmm.
Because this popped into my head because I obviously have one that's on my mind that I've just been looking, looking.
And what is it?
All right, so it's
I need to know yours before I tell you mine.
all right. So I'm RV life. I RV. So I like looking at all the DIY RV shit. But then, similar topics along the line. There's ones of just floor plans. These 3D floor. They're just pictures of floor plans of like apartments or houses or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty badass. Like I just like analyzing the rooms and then like I'll like walk around. Oh yeah, it's so stupid. But like floor plans of like
Of RVs, though.
no like
Or of
houses,
anything. Oh, really?
Apartments, tiny homes. There's so many because once you start scrolling, the algorithm, whatever it is, whatever you call it, it's figuring out what you're looking at.
Yeah.
And then some will just be the top view, and then some start turning 3D.
Right.
And I'm fucking hooked. I'm so sucked in.
This is on Instagram?
Yeah, there's really cool. They're like architecture type.
Okay.
So actually, here's a quick diversion.
Historical homes.
Oh, the one
that
I sent you that too. That's
Well,
another one.
I'm into historical homes. That's why it was so interesting that you sent it to me. Because you and my friend Leanne have both been sending me like historical homes.
I
For
look
some
at the
reason?
prices too. I'm like, what? This is only
Yeah.
$100,000, but it's in who knows where. But it needs work.
Oh, lots of.
But some of these are mansions.
Yeah. Oh,
But
sorry.
then I just also last night watched The Money Pit too, so it's like, oh fuck, you spend that, but you triple the amount you have to put into it. Anyway, that's my rabbit hole right now as I keep looking
It was like
at
blueprint.
the floor plans. Well, no, they're furnished floor plans. So you see where they put the beds, and I'm like, and then I'm seeing they're like, I wouldn't put the bed there.
I put the bed on the south.
The couch, terrible. The feng shui is way off. And I'm just like looking at this, and then I'll look back up at the clock, and I'm like, what?
2 hours
I'm
have gone by?
grossed out with myself.
Really? Well, I mean, to be fair, you live in that RV with like nothing else to do.
What? I've been very productive lately, and I started painting again.
I meant at night. Oh, you should paint me and Trevor another picture. You know how you gave him that little one with the
I
cactus?
started a fucking awesome one. It's not done. I started it last night. You want to see it?
Is it for us or is it for someone else?
If you want it, you can have it.
Let me see. Okay.
All right, sorry, keep talking.
What's
I
my
want to know
rabbit
your
hole?
rabbit hole while I find this.
Well, so my Instagram rabbit hole, my YouTube rabbit hole are very different. So on YouTube, I always end up going on a like unsolved mystery or murder case rabbit hole. Oh, I love this. And the colors are super similar to the other one. It's perfect.
That's like you know what I'm going with. You know, little folky type stuff. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right.
So my YouTube rabbit hole is like murder, like unsolved murder cases or bizarre. So like last night I was just watching like the top 20 weirdest coincidences and or the creepiest coincidences in life or some shit. And so it was just going through like weird coincidences, like the twin brothers who got killed on the same street an hour apart from a truck driver, and they were both on bicycles.
Really?
Yeah. And then there's the guy who like
See? And now, are you searching for these, or is it just like, oh, what's this one? And you're just clicking and clicking.
I'll look at one, and then it'll just go to like the next suggested video or whatever, and then I'll go to the next suggested video, and then I'm like, well, this one looks interesting now.
See?
And I'm like, oh, this sounds cool. Creepy coincidences. And then it's like weird people's last words before they disappeared. Like shit like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Rabbit hole, and then you start clicking like, oh, what's this one? Oh, then this one. And then before you know, like 2 hours have gone by.
That's how I found out about so many conspiracies. Like the fucking, they're like weird pop culture conspiracies or like childhood ruining conspiracies, shit like that. And then on Instagram, completely different. I do not look up that shit on Instagram. That's like,
well, no, yeah, that's like fitting for what you were looking up.
But then on Instagram, I go through a rabbit hole of home decor and like historical houses, mostly historical houses, and then like fitness stuff. I don't know. Like I'll click on one post that's on like you know how you just go to like your home feed, but not the home feed. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's just the search and it's just the brand.
Yeah. It's just like it's everything that like you are somewhat you've clicked on.
So I'll go to that and there's like a bunch of random shit, and then I'll click on one picture, and then from there it'll go to like a bunch of different other pictures, and then from there it's just like, why am I looking at this girl deadlift like 8,000 pounds? Not really, but
another one that I really like is when there's these like $200,000 cars, and then this dude thinks he's so cool, and he doesn't burn on. He just crashes right into like a telephone pole and just totaled this $200,000 car.
A rabbit hole I used to get sucked into was car crashes.
I like the ones where there's a roundabout.
And they just go over it. Yes.
He's going like 80 miles an hour and just fucking flies past the camera that's probably like 40 feet in the air.
Yeah, I used to... Do you remember when this website called like rotten.com or
oh, yeah. So there's
Faces of Death?
Yeah, so there's one right now, and this is a disturbing Instagram / website. It's called Hood Site.
Hood Site.
Hood Site.
What is it?
Oh my. It's private, but they have the links are always to their website.
Uh-huh.
It's the most gruesome shit you've ever seen. You'd probably like it.
Like death or like when
all
you say,
of it.
When you say hood site, I just think of like a page of people fighting.
There's that too, but there's usually they start off with a fight and then a knife or a gun or something comes out, and there's just somebody with their phone filming this fight, and then it ends in like a shootout.
Have you ever there on WikiLeaks? Have you ever gone to WikiLeaks?
Never, because there was like a big thing. I feel like if I went to it, my phone would get hacked or something.
I'm pretty sure it's called WikiLeaks. I think you're thinking of like Edward Snowden and that type of WikiLeaks. And he did leak information onto WikiLeaks, but WikiLeaks is more than that. It's like, it's a lot of stuff that they can't show on YouTube or on the news. It's like uncensored things. And it's mostly fights and death and
oh, okay.
war.
So then you're going to like this one.
Well, it's very hard to differentiate between something that's real and something that's fake.
You know what? I think that's why I can watch so much of that. Is because I
you
just tell
assume it's
myself,
fake.
like, this isn't real.
Yeah.
But it's so, like, gruesome. That's the only word that I can think of.
Yeah. And
Towards, like, there's no way another human being can do that.
Yeah. That's how I feel about... So I've seen a lot of videos of, like, death and gore on WikiLeaks. Again, mostly car accidents, because I have, like, some weird, dark, gruesome...
This one has, like, cartel shit. People doing crazy shit.
WikiLeaks
like,
has that too. Where
enemies.
Where like they have the beheadings and stuff. Yeah, I've seen those. They're pretty fucked up. But so this one video I saw, it really sticks with me, and I don't know why. It was so traumatizing, but it was. And I still to this day I'm like, that's probably just fake. It's fine.
That's what helps you sleep at night.
It's okay. I'm okay. It was this video, and it was called like homemade bungee jump gone wrong or something. I don't know. I can literally picture the video in my head right now.
I think I've seen this one.
And I saw it.
Is it where the dude measured the rope too long and he just smacks through the ground?
Yeah, and they were like, I guess they were having like a party. Like, 'cause there was a bunch of people on the roof. And he was like,
and it was just a rope.
Yeah.
But he actually tied it to his feet, like if he was gonna actually.
Yeah, and he jumped and he just.
This was a while ago too, like
it was
years ago. Yeah, I know exactly what it was. A brick. It was like a brick building.
Yes,
right?
yes. Oh my God, we saw the same video.
That's how traumatizing
that video fucked me up to this day. I'm just like, because the guy filming was on the ground. Mm-hmm. And so you see him jump. It
was in like a corner like this, right?
Yes. Yes. So you see him film the dude jump, and it's like his friend.
And they're like cheering him on, like, yeah bro,
they're like,
go.
Yeah, go, jump. And he jumps, and it's just whoosh, to the ground. And
you can see still so much slack in the rope. Oh my God. I've fucking seen it.
That video is so and to this day, I'm just like, it's fake.
Yeah, it's fake. That's what I have to tell myself in order to continue with my life.
Same. I'm like, oh yeah, it's definitely fake. This was the fastest hour ever.
Yeah. So those were mine. Just the rabbit hole, the money, and that was about it.
Yeah, I don't really have any other ones. I do somewhat go through like a DIY. Now that we're buying that house in Alabama, because there are certain things about it that I want to like tweak or change, I have gone down like DIY rabbit holes.
I've been
how to paint kitchen cabinets.
I've been doing pretty good with the RV. Oh fuck. They're like too fucking hot. They've been out of the fridge now. They're not like.
Well, you're the one who hasn't been drinking them.
Whatever.
Eating
dude.
them.
Whatever, dude.
What do you do with Jello? Do you drink it or do you eat it? Because you don't really chew. You just like.
You eat it. It's solid.
Did you hear that there's actually a water that's like Jello form, but it's water?
What?
It's called thick water.
Where did you hear about this? WikiLeaks?
No, it was on like Barstool Sports, I think.
Oh yeah, that's the next best one.
Is that your first Jello shot? How is it?
No, it's the second one.
Well, what do you think of that?
It's a Jello shot.
I need to make them stronger, huh?
I
feel like 2 whole cups of vodka though is like, whoa. Is that too
for how
much?
many did you make?
It made like 20, 18 or something.
I don't know. So there it is. The feedback. When you listeners, what do you do? How do you make yours? How much? Give us a formula.
Yeah.
For how you make yours.
Because I just.
Have you ever been to a bar that sells them? They'll like walk around with a whole shit ton, and they're just like.
What the strip club they do?
Well, naturally,
Well, I went to the Jacksonville Landing. The Landing actually no longer exists. They just tore it down like last year. So if you go to the Jacksonville Landing, we went for the Florida-Georgia game one year. Me and my brother. My brother and I. Whatever. Fuck off. And there was a guy dressed up like Jesus. And he had like a big-ass, like thick, like fake syringe full of Jello shots. It was like a Jello shot syringe that you could... I don't know if I bought it or if he just gave it to me.
Probably just... gave it to you.
I genuinely think he might have just given it to me. I have a picture with him somewhere way deep into the cloud. I was like, can I get a picture with Jesus? It was a great night. But yeah, so he had Jello shots. Again, don't know if they... probably wasn't legit. There's no telling what was in that Jello shot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was more than alcohol in that.
Probably. Good thing I was with family, so I was safe.
Keeping a close eye on you.
I don't recall my brother ever taking one, but I definitely
That was probably a wise decision on his part.
Yeah.
All right, so give us a recipe. We want to know. I mean, that's probably a decent amount.
I think these Jello shots are a lot.
Well,
taller.
that's pretty fucking. Look at that. That's
pretty big. Well, if you're watching on YouTube.
This is what you would put like salsa in almost.
Well, this was
to
literally.
go.
I bought this at the exchange, and it literally said gelatin shot cups. So these are legit.
They're promoting.
The bag said gelatin shot cups. I don't know. That's the only place I could find these. Because remember, I'd been talking about them for like a week.
Because the ones they'll be like half right there.
It even did say to fill it up halfway, but I filled it up more than halfway.
Which means you need more alcohol.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do 2 cups next time.
All right, let's try it.
Yeah.
We'll do that when Mike gets back. We'll do 3 mics.
I can't wait for Mike to get back.
We're going to need to set up the actual table.
Yeah, well, I'm going to make like a shit ton of Jello shots, and we're going to play like an actual game, which he won't be down for, but that's fine.
Well, I'm talking about just recording.
Oh, yeah, like when Nick was here and got at the table?
Yeah, we'd like...
That's fine. That's easy.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. And he gets back next week, so Mike will be back on the Mike and Dan stand.
There you go. So we're going to
After next week.
record... What do we have? 2 more episodes before he gets back?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, literally. Thursday, Monday. And then he gets back Thursday, but like he's not going to record the day he gets back.
Is he driving or flying?
Driving. Well, he's not driving. Someone else is driving. He's a passenger in a vehicle.
Okay, well, he'll be back then the next day.
The following Monday.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. We're ranting, honestly, on this one. Give us some feedback. We want to hear funny things, funny questions, and give it to us.
Yeah, and if you have any drinking games for like 2 people that we can do on a podcast, let us know, because I personally really enjoy drinking games. But it's kind of hard to do when it's only 2 people. So if you
It doesn't matter. Well, I'm pretty sure if people actually listen, give us feedback, and they can make it happen, and then it can be somewhat interactive. And then if we choose your question or game, you can join. No, it's not live, so they wouldn't know. Anyway, we'll give you a shout out, and then you'll know, and then that's your idea that helped make it happen.
The only people who actually listen to this are people we already know, so we can just call them and be like, "Hey, you want to have fun with this?
Okay,
join?"
So we're gonna figure out who's gonna drink with us. Yeah, we're gonna figure out who's gonna drink with us on Thursday.
Yeah, perfect.
We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna have our extra mic right here, FaceTiming in this direction, and we're all gonna party.
All right. So thank you for joining us for our Trux and Dan Vodka Stan takeover.
All right, people. Good night.